Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're located, whether it's East Coast or West. Normally, those webinars are conducted by our wonderful account executive, Esther, but since she's traveling today, you guys are stuck with me. I hope this is not going to be a disappointment for you. Instead of doing a RealtyProx training, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about National Closing Center and about RealtyProx and concentrate on benefits more and what exactly can we do for you in terms of short sales. Short sale processing and foreclosure alternatives powered by RealtyProx. Who are we and what we do, right? In a nutshell, National Closing Center is a short sale processing company affiliated with attorneys and title escrow companies nationwide. We're not a real estate company. We're not anything else. All we do, we process short sales for you, so you don't have to. And it's good to know that NCC is also part of the RealtyProx group, which provides a number of services and opportunities from technology solutions to short sale leads and broker education. And what you see right now on your screen is the entire group, RealtyProx, National Closing Center, and Reposition the Dream. I will speak briefly about each of those companies. Well, actually not that briefly about National Closing Center, but you will hear a little bit about all of our companies during this presentation. And if you want more information, and I hope you do, you can always go to www.onegrouponesolution.com, www.onegrouponesolution.com. This is just a simple website that combines all the companies, and you can click on each logo and go to each company's website, whichever interests you most. Very legitimate question, right? Why choose NCC? I know you have a choice. I know there's a lot of processing companies and technology companies, so it is completely legitimate to ask this question, why choose NCC? And my job is to answer this question today for you. What we do, really, we take away the short sale aspect of short sales, making them as simple as regular transactions. That's our goal. You do your job, you do your listing, you do your marketing, you do selling, you sell and buy properties, we process short sales. Now, I would be wrong if I said this is a rocket science, and sometimes I run into upset agents that say, so how are you guys better than me? I'm really good at this. I have no doubts about it. I know you're good at this. You have to be good if you're still in business in 2013. The problem is time, right? You can do it yourself, but there's only so many you can take. And you know, this is it. You can do it yourself, but you would limit your growth, right? So if you look at those two columns here, our job is to make your workflow flow. So the workflow that doesn't flow, there's something wrong with it. So we don't want you to be stuck doing something. So if you look at the left, on the left-hand side, this is you, real estate agent, listing agent, and on the right-hand side, I'm sorry, there's NCC. So what happens in the processing situation? What happens when you decide to hire NCC to do processing for you? Well, first of all, you provide basic information about the property and the borrower. That's standard. We cannot do anything without it, right? And that includes authorization. NCC has to be authorized to contact the bank on the homeowner's behalf. And then there is a big gap, and then you show up at the closing. This is it. Ideal scenario, right? There's exceptions. You know, something can happen, and I will cover those exceptions. But essentially, that's what happens. You provide us with basic information, show up at the closing. While NCC collects and audits all the documents directly from the homeowner. Again, there might be exceptions. If you're one of those agents that are very hands-on, you don't want us to call the homeowner. You want to collect all the documents, or at least attempt to, or you want us to go through you, let us know at the very beginning. We will honor your choice. But normally, we collect and audit all the documents directly from the seller, from the homeowner. We order BPO. On every property that comes into our system, out of our own pocket, National Closing Center orders a BPO. Why? Because we're serious about property values, and because we don't want to waste your time, and nor ours. Honestly, we don't want to waste time. If there's something wrong with the pricing, If our BPO is radically different from yours and the banks, what we're going to do, we're going to sit down, we're going to pull up more data, we're going to give you a call, discuss this with you, but we're not going to sit and do nothing, because if the property priced not according to market value, the bank is not going to take that offer. They're not going to let us go ahead with a short sale, right? You know that, I know this. So this is really, we appreciate you providing your CMA or BPO. We want you to do that, but we will still going to order our BPO. We're going to discuss results with you, and then we're going to see what bank comes up with, and then we're going to fight with the bank if we see that our BPO shows something different, and we suspect that the bank's BPO or multiple BPOs are wrong in one way or another. Then again, in judicial states like Illinois or New York, we recommend an attorney. From our network, a person who's been working with us for a while, probably over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we recommend an attorney so you don't have to, or the seller doesn't have to worry about finding one. We order title or escrow, depends on the state, follow up with the lender once the package is submitted, and provide thorough status updates. So never, ever, ever, at any point, you will be kept in the dark as to where your short sale file stands. Every week, you're going to get an update to your email, or you can log on into the system and see date and time stamped updates. Where your file stands, what did the processor do during the last week, what's the next step. If there is something missing, something is not working, there's always an escalation department. You can contact escalation department within National Closing Center, and our upper management will take a look at that file and see if processor is doing something wrong, is there some kind of miscommunication, and try to rectify the situation. Finally, we obtain short sale approval and coordinate the closing. More and more, we try to get involved and follow up with agents, with listing agents and brokers in terms of closing, because we notice the trend that sometimes we get an approval and then file doesn't close. We don't like that we don't have any control over this, and we still don't, but at least we try. We try to coordinate transaction, follow up with the borrower's bank, and make sure everybody's on the same page so the closing actually happens. And truly, with the right partners and right tools, you can do anything, and you can save up to $10,000. This is a very realistic number. This is how much an average agent and user of RealtyProx and NCC saves on office supplies and all that extra stuff by going paperless. And essentially what we do, we specialize in connections. So RealtyProx and NCC puts listing agent in the center, and then everybody else is around the agent, and kind of we combine and put everybody together literally on the same page. And I know this question might come up sooner or later. How do RealtyProx compares to Equator or other big bank systems? Well, in a sense, we don't. It's like apples and oranges, or apples and bananas. Equator and bigger systems, they are built for the bank. They're tasking systems. They task you. They provide you a certain structure and fulfill the bank's needs. And there's nothing wrong with that. RealtyProx and NCC serves the listing agent. It's more bottom-up approach instead of top-down. And again, if this question is going to come up anyway, I'm pretty sure what happens if you have a file that is Bank of America or Chase or any other big banks that use Equator. What happens then? Well, our processors will use either your account with your permission or our attorney's account to fulfill all the tasks on Equator. So you don't have to worry about Equator. If you're using NCC, if you're outsourcing your short sales to NCC, you'll be communicating with your processors through RealtyProx, and all the tasks that are required by the bank, by the lender, will be completed by our processor on Equator, and you will get all the updates. So you don't have to really get involved or do anything in particular. The importance of working smart, again, I kind of covered this at the beginning. If you're spending too much time driving, meeting sellers, buyers, spend time on the phone with a bank, you're probably doing something wrong. Make sure you have room to grow. Again, this is backed up by our experience of almost 5 years doing this. 6 short sales in the pipeline is a full-time job. That's what it is. If you're doing all yourself, you can take 6, maybe 10 short sales. That's it. Now, if you really spend all that time prospecting and doing marketing and learning marketing from people who really can teach you marketing, like Lee Hanish, our great friend and partner. If you don't know who he is, Google him. If you're not going to his event in Anaheim, his short sale summit in Anaheim, just go to www.shortsalecon.com. You're missing out. You're missing out by a lot. He will teach you how to market yourself, how to get those listings immediately, and then you can go back to us and we're going to gladly process them. This is working smart. You do the marketing, you get the listings, we do the processing. Now I'm going to show you a series of screenshots because apparently GoToMeeting platform is not caught up with the latest technology, I guess. You can't really show a good quality video on GoToMeeting. I learned that hard way last time. Failed miserably, so I'm gonna show a few screenshots for you, and you can look those things up later. I'm sure your Google is not broken. So find RealtyProx and follow RealtyProx's a YouTube channel. Watch some videos, watch some introductions, watch some testimonials, and take a minute or two. But you're gonna get a better feel of who we are and what we do. This is a screenshot from a testimonial, video testimonial by Renee Marie Smith. She's a TV host and author of My Short Sale Guru's Guide, and now another book I'm pretty sure just came out. Google her too, Renee Marie Smith. She's a fan of ours. She's a client of RealtyProx and National Closing Center. We're doing a lot of work together. So look her up. Make sure you watch this short video on RealtyProx. It really explains the entire process. Just as I said, go to RealtyProx video channel on YouTube and find a video that looks like this. Exactly, it just kind of squeezes everything RealtyProx into a little over 3 minutes and explains how we work, explains our responsibilities. So take a minute, well, 3 minutes. Not gonna lie, it's over 3 minutes, and watch that video. And then last but not least, this is an actual approval letter from Chase in that case, with property address and loan numbers and stuff like that blacked out. We very serious about making sure we get all the money we can from the homeowner, and that should be your big selling point. So as I said, this is an actual approval letter that states that the borrower is going to get paid $35,000 from Chase. As you know better than me, Chase and even BofA and Wells Fargo now too are paying money for the borrower if they're cooperating, and if somebody who's processing the file is knowledgeable, and our processes are, and again, I'm not even nearly as knowledgeable as they are. I'm a marketing director, and I'm mostly on the RealtyProx and technology side, so I don't know day-to-day stuff and all the intricacies, but they do, because that's what they do every day. So they're very familiar with all the laws and all the regulations and all the bank incentives, and they make sure all of those are applied to your seller, to the homeowner. So again, I'm sure they would love to get a approval letter that says something like $35,000, and it does happen even more often than you think. And even in states like Tennessee, let's say, I know I gave this example before, but that happened a few more times in states with lower property values. Chase is still giving a lot of money to homeowners. Let's say the property is worth $25,000. They're still willing to give up to $38,000 for the homeowner to get out of the house and be cooperative on a short sale. So again, does it happen on every file? Not at all. But is it better to do this and try this and try to get some money, at least $3,000 from the bank, and move on your own schedule? Definitely, than to be foreclosed upon and get out of the house with assistance from the local sheriff. Services and benefits. I want to cover briefly all the services and benefits that RealtyProx and National Closing Center has to offer. And now again, if any of you are 24 asset agents, if you are a respondent to our recent initiative that we joined our efforts with 24 Asset Management Corporation to provide even better short sale processing service and short sale assignments and leads in the future. Again, the event you need to attend is Short Sale Expo in Palm Desert or Palm Springs, two towns next to each other. You Californians know where that is. But Short Sale Expo is as important as Short Sale Con. 2 events the same month. If you can attend both. But what we're going to do in Short Sale Expo, we're going to have a press conference together with 24 Asset. Don Maxwell is going to be here, possibly Eddie San Roman as well. So we're going to announce a lot of details about this partnership and about how we can help you grow your business as well as process your current business. So again, what Don Maxwell likes to repeat, and I'm not as bold as him, but I agree with him, in order to get something, you got to give something to us too. So if you currently have short sales that you're processing yourself, consider trying us out. Consider sending your business to us. Consider outsourcing your short sales to us. So eventually 24 can take care of you and provide you with leads and assignments. But I'm not going to speak a lot about this. This is 24's side, and they will be announcing this and talking about this in Palm Desert at the beginning of May. So make sure you're there. And we're going to be there too. RealtyProx is going to be there as well. Make sure you find us there and say hi in our booth. So now back to the presentation, a quick summary of all our services and benefits and bells and whistles. There's a lot of word free in this. So free short sale processing. Short sale processing doesn't cost anything. How and why? I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Document fulfillment. We do that, as I mentioned. Transaction coordination, data entry, short sale leads in select markets, and buyer leads through Investor Connect everywhere. You asked, we deliver document fulfillment. Again, this wasn't something we thought of. This was something that came from you guys, from real estate agents. For a few years, we did not collect documents directly from the homeowner. We asked you to go to RealtyProx, to go to your account, and to upload the documents for us. Not anymore. You really, truly asked this and clamored for this, and we delivered. So right now, we're going to go ahead and collect these documents for you. Short sale processing, obviously, everything that happens after we collect the documents, including accurate property valuation. As I said, we ordered on BPO, thorough document audit. You would be surprised on how many files we find, our processors find missing signatures, missing initials, missing dates. I know you guys are busy, and I'm totally not blaming you, but this is why we are here. This is why we're here, so you won't send those incomplete packages or those packages with missing dates or those packages with missing signatures. We audit all of that and get back to you and make sure we get this information before we contact the bank. And obviously proper, that is frequent and aggressive follow-up. Our processors contact the bank at least a couple times a week, more if necessary, and make sure they get all the information, and they follow up with the negotiator. They go up to escalation if needed, and do everything they can to close this file as soon as possible. Powerful, user-friendly, and free technology. Again, I don't know how many of you know, probably not that many. RealtyProx right now is the only that advanced free short sale processing platform. And again, I'm going to repeat this again, and I'm probably going to repeat this 5 more times. RealtyProx is a free short sale platform. So even though if you're going to say, okay, I know who National Closing Center is, I'm really hands-on person, I'm going to process my own files, I'm going to drop dead processing, but I'm going to do it, you can do this. You can do this. We at National Closing Center don't care. RealtyProx and National Closing Center are sister companies, but they are separate companies. So if you want to use RealtyProx platform for your own purposes, for your own short sale processing, you can use it, and the account is free. You can go right now to RealtyProx.com. If you haven't created your free account yet, go to sign up, create your account. It's free. You can process the entire file on your own. You can use free e-faxes. You can use all the tools, packaging, really plethora of tools, absolutely free. Why, you're going to ask? Because, and the answer is very simple actually. Most of our users eventually end up using National Closing Center services in one way or another. So it makes sense for us to provide you with that free technology, to test it out, to use it for free, to process your own short sales, to use technology to organize your short sales and to bring all the parties together. And if you end up not coming to National Closing Center using our services, oh well, we did something good. So we're truly advanced company in terms of how we understand technology. Your Gmail is free, your Yahoo is free, your Facebook is free, and I know some of you are checking your Facebook right now and not paying attention. This is totally cool. That's what I do, multitasking. It's called multitasking. But with all the seriousness, we worked very hard to make sure that we are on par with Facebook and Google in terms of how we conduct our business and how we generate income. So RealtyProx as a technology is free. If you want to use it on your own, it's free. If you're using National Closing Center, we're going to charge you a small document fulfillment fee, which is not a RealtyProx fee. But about this later. So as I said, NCC utilizes customized version of RealtyProx. It does speed up the process. It provides you a plethora of tools, absolutely at no cost. Now another thing, and I'm sure I should have started my presentation with that, direct access to investors through pre-listings. Let's say you have a hot prospect and you're about to go and sign a listing agreement with them. You know, you spoke with the homeowner, they're ready. It's the matter of just driving there or for them coming to your office, which is my preferred way of getting business. Have them come to your office. So, you know, they're coming to your office or you coming to them, doesn't matter. You're about to sign that listing agreement. Go to RealtyProx, go to your free account, and create a pre-listing. What is a pre-listing? A pre-listing is something that is not a listing yet, obviously. But what happens if you select that you're okay with marketing that pre-listing, our investors that have a combined portfolio of $1.1 billion, they will see that pre-listing. Obviously, based on their own criteria, based on the zip code, based on the price and location, all of that kind of things that they have for them to use in their account, they will get it as a daily digest, your pre-listing. And what happens when you have a listing agreement and you upload it or fax it or email it to us? Well, the investor that put your property into their watch list, they're going to go and submit an offer through RealtyProx before even the property hits the MLS. That's a huge advantage for investors. That is a huge advantage for you guys. So seriously, don't be lazy. Take those 30 extra seconds and enter those pre-listings, even if they're in early stages and you're not sure if you're going to ever get a listing agreement. Well, you always can cancel it and it will disappear from your pipeline. But what you're going to gain if any of those pre-listings, those early prospects, will end up being a listing, you'll get investors' attention and they will submit an offer if they like the property. So that is a huge advantage. Tools and training. We have a lot of tools. As I said, I mentioned some of them. Obviously, property marketing tool. You don't have to use it, but if you choose to, if you don't have a buyer and you have a full-blown listing in the system, we will send feeds to Truly, Zillow, other major property marketing, property listing, web-based services at no cost. Just another extra tool for you. Property showing and offer submission tool is our proprietary tool, and I'm pretty sure you know there are standalone tools that you have to pay monthly subscription or yearly subscription or whatever plans they have just to use property showing and offer submission tools. Well, you have one with RealtyProx attached to your short sale as a part of your short sale file, not as a standalone tool, but as part of your short sale file, absolutely at no cost. It's part of RealtyProx. So why not to manage all your, and again, this is not a mandate. That's a different mindset from, let's say, working with Equator or working with a top-down tool, a big system, and this one. We don't force you to do much things. We only have a few requirements in our system. We cannot do anything unless we know the loan number, we know who the mortgage is with, borrower, basic information. That makes sense, right? But we don't force you to do those tools. But I want for you to be aware that these tools are there, because honestly, at least 50% of our users don't utilize the platform, which is a free platform, to its maximum capacity. So take a look at property showing and offer submission tool. If you're doing showings, it's a full showing management system. You will have all the showings, you will get all the feedback from the showing agent, full scheduling capabilities, and then again, it's all attached to your short sale file. So you know exactly what's going on with that file. You can even, well, share with a selling agent if you want to, how popular your property is and so on and so forth. But it's there, use it. Now, weekly status updates. This is how the email that comes from the system is going to look like. This is your email. It's going to have the summary about the property, and it's going to have short sale processing or negotiations details, date and time stamp. So if you don't have time, or if you're not very hands-on person, you don't need to log on into the system every day and try to find all the status updates and all the messages and stuff. You can get your one weekly update, and if you're fine with that, that will satisfy your curiosity. You're okay with that. That's it. If not, you're still going to get it unless you opt out. And again, what weekly status updates is, it updates you on the status of your short sale file. What happened with this? What's the next step? What to expect? Smart barcode technology. Again, our proprietary technology. Sounds complicated, but it's very simple. In a nutshell, what it provides to you is that whoever is faxing documents to you or emailing documents to you, whether it's a seller or, I don't know, listing agent, selling agent, whatever party it is, if you are the recipient of the documents, all you have to do is email or fax or print out and physically give to them this fax cover sheet that has a barcode on it. Every short sale file has fax cover sheet. What happens when the sender sends the documents, either by e-faxes documents or emails documents, and attaches this PDF to the email and sends it to certain address, which is, I remember the phone number, but it's on the cover sheet. I'm sorry, not the phone number, the fax number. If they're sending it by email, it's documents@RealtyProx.com. But anyway, what happens is all the documents auto-upload in the system attached to that file. So let's say the homeowner is sending 100 pages of documents. As long as they use this fax or email cover sheet, the smart barcode technology will connect those documents with the file, with the homeowner's file in the RealtyProx system, and all the documents will end up in the system. So there's, I mean, again, during the regular training, we're going to demonstrate how this works. If any of you are disappointed that today is not a regular training, either register for the one on Thursday or get back to us, and I will show you my email address. Get back to me personally. I will schedule a one-on-one training for you. If you can't wait until Thursday, or Thursday doesn't work for you, not a problem. We do one-on-one trainings, and that would be a very different training than today. It wouldn't be an overview. It would be hands-on training on how to use RealtyProx. But smart barcode technology, you will be using it if you decide to use RealtyProx. It's really convenient, saves a lot of time. So does internal messaging. What internal messaging is, it's a fancy word for messages. Simple messages that are intended to use instead of phone conversations. Phone conversations in the joint effort like short sale processing, they don't really work. The problem being that there are so many parties involved, everybody forgets what they promised. Somebody said they're going to send documents, but they forget. There's no track of phone conversations, so we truly encourage you to use internal messaging. If you need something from another party, if you need something that you need to ask your processor, send the message. It works very quickly. You just click send message, type it in. You can task the recipient. You can add a task and reminder for them if you want to. Click send. The message goes to the recipient. What also happens is that if they never open the message, you will see a red lettering that says unread. So you will always know if your recipient never opened the message, you will know that the message was never read, and then you can go ahead and call them. But in general, every message stays in the system, date and time stamped. Use it, message each other. It stays attached to the file as well, to each short sale file. It's a lot more efficient and convenient than calling back and forth, because phone conversations generally don't have a record. Built-in email and eFax. Again, every user has free access to eFax and email. You can email whoever you want from the system. It can be a predefined recipient like administrator, processor, selling agent, listing agent, or it can be anybody else. Just select in the recipient. From the recipient drop-down, just select other, and you can type in any email address, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever that is, and send a message with attachments if you want to. Also, with any file that is uploaded or faxed to or emailed into the system, you can just hover over the fax symbol, and you can fax that document to anybody you want, as long as you know the fax number. So just like you can see in the screenshot, the fax number and the fax number. If you want a cover sheet, tick cover sheet. The system will pull up your information from your account and create a cover sheet. You can add a comment. The comment will appear on the top of your cover sheet. Click send. Off the fax goes to the seller. No need to go to quote-unquote real fax to try to fax documents there, or God forbid, print everything out again and go to quote-unquote real fax, send it again. You can do everything from the system. And again, for those who have used other systems, other short sale processing software, this is free. Why pay for something monthly access fee when this is free for you? Helping build your short sale business. This is the fun part. NCC is working hard with 24 and on our own to provide leads and other tools and marketing system to design to obtain and close more short sales in less time. It does say select markets. We're doing this in limited areas in Illinois. We're coming to California and Florida and Nevada and Arizona. So stay tuned, and if you can, attend that short sale expo, or at least follow the default industry press. After that, we will, together with 24 Asset, make an announcement on how the lead program is going to work. But the idea behind this is that we're going to not just provide you leads, who doesn't, right? We're going to provide you a complete marketing system on how to rebrand yourself, repackage yourself, how to confidently reach out to the homeowner. We're going to provide you actual high-quality printed materials that look awesome and work really well with homeowners that you can use, as long as you agree to use National Closing Center and 24 Asset, in that case, as your processor. So if you go prospecting using our techniques and our printed materials and you score a listing, all we ask from you in return is give this to process to National Closing Center. And obviously a lot of work free here, free marketing tips, free training, free tools and support. A lot of things are in store, a lot of things are developing, and most of them will be announced during Short Sale Expo. Reposition the Dream Initiative. A separate arm of NCC is working on this. It's been very successful in certain areas, but we kind of put this on pause right now and trying to figure out how we're going to take it nationally. Reposition the Dream is an initiative that collaborates and works with faith-based organizations across the country. So in other words, that's another way to generate leads for us and to assign those leads to real estate agents in our network. You can learn about this, more about this, by visiting www.repositioningthedream.org, repositioningthedream.org. But this is a side note in what we're doing. It could be very huge one day, very soon. but this is not what National Closing Center RealtyProx is about, or at least not everything that's RealtyProx and National Closing Center is about. Get started today. As I said, there's no credit card required. There's no any kind of fees up front. You can go create your free account if you don't have one. Go to either processingshortsale.com, which is National Closing Center's website, or go to RealtyProx.com and create your free account. There's only one account for reaching out to working with both services. So in other words, RealtyProx works in the background of NCC, and everything starts kind of from having an account. So whether you're going to end up processing your own short sales and using RealtyProx exclusively, or you're going to go ahead and use National Closing Center to process your short sales, you only need one account. If you create an account through processingshortsales.com, you're set. If you create an account with RealtyProx.com, you're set. When you start a new short sale deal, you'll have a choice to either choose yourself as a short sale processing entity or a person, or send it to a National Closing Center. And this is on a deal-to-deal basis. Again, no setup fees, no monthly fees, free short sale processing. The only fee right now involved is $149 per successful transaction, and that is document fulfillment and technology fee. Again, I know especially in California there's plenty of companies that are charging 1%, and honestly I don't know how long this is going to last. We've been doing this for almost 5 years and we still manage to get paid. However, things are changing and we don't know how long this is going to last. So if one day National Closing Center ends up charging 1% or something crazy like that, at least you know that you had a chance to submit all your short sales today and lock in this price, because right now there's all that we're going to ask from you, $149 per successful transaction. And on top of it, we're going to ask the bank, the lender, to cover that fee first. If they refuse, and obviously you understand they don't have to pay this, they can, but they don't have to. So in about 35 to 40% of the files, they will opt in to pay that fee. So in that regard, the whole thing is completely free for you. However, if the bank doesn't pay that document fulfillment fee, $149, the listing agent will be liable for paying that fee. Now again, I've seen in different states, and I don't know what your regulations are in every state, listing agents trying to collect that fee from the selling agent. If that's legal in your state, if that's fine, we don't care. We really do not care where this fee is coming from. As long as we get paid $149, and that is a very, very, very nominal fee in terms of all the services that we provide. But if it's legal in your state, and if you're able to collect it from somebody else, from the selling agent, from the buyer, from the seller, from your grandmother, we're totally fine with that, as long as we get that per successful transaction. If we screw up, the file doesn't close, or if it's not our fault, the file still doesn't close, then everything is free. We're not going to charge you anything. And once again, don't forget that private trainings are available by appointment via the same GoToMeeting platform. You can call the phone number you see on the screen, or email. That's a better option. Email to info@RealtyProx.com to schedule your private demo and training. And that would be, I promise, a real training, not a presentation like mine today. That will be a hands-on training on how to submit your first short sale, where to start, how does RealtyProx system works, and what to expect. But again, the system is pretty user-friendly. No, it's actually very user-friendly. Most agents can figure out themselves, but we understand, at least in my understanding, a 20-minute demo wouldn't hurt anybody. So unless you have worked with RealtyProx before, I highly recommend to either register for the next webinar like this on RealtyProx.com, or schedule your private training. We'll find the time that works for you, do a quick demo, have you set up, even watch you start your first file. So you have a short sale right now and you're ready to go, let us know. We will watch you upload your first documents or fax your first documents. We'll walk you through everything, and so you have that file going towards the closing. And with that having said, for those of you who are still there, thank you for spending 45 minutes with me, and I'm going to go ahead and see the questions that you posted, and I'm going to go over those questions and answer them if we can. If I cannot, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass your questions to somebody who can, like a short sale processor or senior management, and I will get back to you personally. Question number 1. Aren't you asking a processing fee from the short sale lender? I think I kind of answered that question. We always try to, and that is not a processing, well, depends on what you mean. We are asking processing fee from the lender, and then document fulfillment fee is something different. So the document fulfillment fee, if we cannot get it from the lender, we will going to have to ask you to pay $149. That's what it is. Now, how we get paid in general, and I see a few questions that pretty much repeat the same. How we get paid in general is that we bill our affiliated escrow in states like California or attorneys in states like New York and Illinois for short sale processing and data entry at the very end of the transaction. So we never actually directly bill the lender for processing, but we bill our affiliated attorneys and escrow companies. I hope that makes sense. If not, shoot me an email, explain you how it works. But really, as much as you are concerned, we're talking about $149 per successful transaction, a document fulfillment fee. Any tips on making sure the client used the barcode front page? That is a good question. Well, first of all, most of the document collection is done by the processor. So somehow they have their own sneaky ways to cajole the homeowner to use the barcode sheet or whatever they use to collect the documents. Now, if you are the one who is trying to collect something, the best idea is if they're using email to send this document, this barcode sheet, via email and then follow up with a phone call. And give, because all the instructions on how to use the barcode front page are on the front page. So, you know, you send them the cover sheet by the email, and then you give them a call and say, hey, Mark, Jane, John, don't forget when you're sending me the documents, don't use your own cover sheet if you're using fax, or don't forget to attach this little file that I sent to you. It's just one PDF page. Doesn't matter what order. It can be the first one attached. It can be the last one attached to me, and follow the rules on the front page. Does it work every time? I don't know. Some people never pay any kind of attention. But again, as I said, our processors, and they're wonderful people. I wouldn't be able to do their job ever. Somehow they cajole those people into using proper cover sheets. I could ask them to elaborate more when I have one of them on our webinar. Another question, is the document fulfillment fee paid on the HUD-1 or after the transaction closing? We would ask, there are two steps involved. We would ask the bank to pay that fee, just because we're so nice. We don't want you to pay anything. We want this to be free. So we're going to ask the bank, the lender, we're going to put it on the HUD. We're going to call it document fulfillment fee or document fulfillment and technology fee, and we're going to ask the lender to pay. If the lender does not pay, if they slash this fee and say there's no way we're going to pay that, then we're going to put it on the HUD and ask the listing agent, and just let the escrow company and title company know that the agent needs to pay this upon closing. So after the closing, send us a check. That's how it works. Another question, will your training make us a preferred agent for the asset managers? If you're asking about 24 specifically, yes. once you get on board either through REO side or short sale side, you will be on their preferred list. So once you do some kind of business with 24 or go through some kind of training with 24, but again, I am with RealtyProx. I'm working with 24 in terms of integrating our technologies. So they're not releasing all the information publicly on purpose right now, because they're waiting for the big event, for the short sale expo, and they will announce all the details there. And obviously after that, they will announce all the details on their website and so on and so forth. So I hope that answers my question. But if you need more elaborated and clear answer, feel free to give a call to 24 Asset, and they will give you more answers, or they will direct you to somebody who can answer the question. Is there any preferred way to send our documents, email, fax, or e-fax? It's really up to you. Let me do this. I hope the rest of you folks don't mind. Let me get out of this screen here, and let me get to the RealtyProx really quickly here. I hope you can still see my screen. If I can actually find the demo file that I am looking for, they're going to demonstrate something. If I can't find, then never mind, but give me 1 second here. Short sale listing. Here you go. Here you go. This is what I was trying to do. So there is no preferred way. This is how your short sale listing is going to look in RealtyProx, and these are clear steps once you selected National Closing Center as your processing entity. So this is really up to you. Whatever is easier for you. We're providing you 3 ways to deliver the documents to us. And as I said, we require only very few documents to begin, and the rest we're going to collect from the homeowner. So if you see, step 1 is listing agreement. So you have 3 ways to deliver that listing agreement. You can simply upload it under listing agreement. If you have a PDF file, click upload, find your PDF file. That's it. Boom. It's there. However, and you might be surprised, the ones that are on this webinar, an overwhelming amount of real estate agents don't have a PDF file, are not willing to scan one into PDF, and get really upset that we're asking for some kind of documents to be uploaded. And again, I understand our position. I understand their position. We're not a bank. That's the reality. We're providing a service, but we're not a bank. We cannot task you because you're going to run away. That is as simple as that. So what we're trying to do, we're going to provide as many options as possible, whatever works for you. If you want to fax it to this number, use the cover sheet. If you want to email it, email to this email address, use the cover sheet. Where you get the cover sheet, download it here. Open it up, and here you go. Boom, you have your fax cover sheet or email cover sheet, again, with all instructions. Option 1, option 2, very, very clear cut. So there is no preferred way for us, because whether you upload the listing agreement, well, again, maybe I'm kind of a little bit lying here. Uploading is, at least for me, uploading is fastest. You're just going to point and click and upload. But, you know, fax is going to take another few minutes. There is a certain delay while the system is scanning and reading the barcode. Email, same story. So if you really want my honest answer, number 1, the preferred way is to just upload the file, and then you can either fax it or email. But this is for your convenience. So whatever works for you. And I hope I answered that question, and let me move on. And thank you so much for all these questions, because I was afraid nobody's going to ask me any questions because I'm just not that good as my colleague Esther. All right. Let's see. Do we have to use attorney that uses RealtyProx since they do preliminary HUD-1 and lien search, etc.? Not sure how all this works together. If you are in a judicial state, we strongly recommend to use an attorney from our network. And the reason for that is, number 1, because we make sure we get paid. If we're working, because we work a lot, and you have to agree. So if you're working and we're working with an attorney from our network, we know that, A, this attorney is trained and they're going to work the way we are comfortable with working. They're going to know what they're doing. They're going to close the deal. And B, we're going to get paid because, again, we work with them and they know the drill. They know how to position everything. For the homeowner, they're going to get great service, obviously free, great attorney. So in that situation, since it's our attorney from our network, they will be using RealtyProx. It's a requirement for them, and there's very few requirements in our system, and there's one of them. So if you're an attorney in our network using RealtyProx, it speeds up the process. It makes the process truly transparent. It works for everybody. Now, if you have your own preferred attorney that you've been working with for 200 years, and they're really good, and you know, you really want to bring them into RealtyProx network, you can do that. We can do a conference call. If the attorney is willing to sign an agreement that we're going to bill them at the end of transaction, we're going to agree on the amount, we're going to agree on the process, and if they really, really don't want to use RealtyProx and want to fax stuff to us, they probably can. But in this situation, there has to be some kind of volume, because we did bring quite a few new attorneys in our network, let's say in the past 6 months or so. But to be honest with you, attorneys are attorneys. They're going to be attorneys. They're going to read every single line. They're going to be busy. They're going to read our agreement for a couple of weeks. So it just takes time. So if we're trying to bring in a new attorney, they really have to want to do this. And again, it takes time on their side. So in terms of RealtyProx usage, not necessarily. It's more about agreeing on their terms, on our terms, signing the agreement. But preferably, it's just easier for them. And I know so many of those attorneys are really old-fashioned, but it's so much easier to e-fax or upload the preliminary HUD into the system than to fax to nowhere or God forbid hand deliver or whatever these attorneys are doing. So again, I hope this answers your question. If you have a specific question about your specific attorney and your specific situation, give us a call or email me, preferably after the webinar, and I will mention my email address again. Short Sale Expo is when? Short Sale Expo is May 3rd and 4th, and this is Short Sale Expo. So make sure you go to shortsaleexpo.net, get your tickets. Now my computer is slow, or the website is slow. But anyway, this is Short Sale Expo. Check it out. But don't forget Short Sale Con as well, because Lee Hanish is a great friend of ours. He's a great marketer. So if any of you have questions about marketing and truly want to learn how to get those short sale leads immediately, and your own leads, not wait for bank leads, not wait for handouts, go create your own business, Short Sale Con is for you. So even though we're going to do an announcement with 24 on Short Sale Expo, and I recommend that you attend Short Sale Expo, if you still can, go to Short Sale Con as well. I'm going to be in Short Sale Con too, and the amount of knowledge and the quality of knowledge is going to be phenomenal. If there's something you don't like about the Short Sale Con, approach me after that. I don't know, I'll talk to Lee and he'll give you money back. Seriously, this is, in terms of knowledge, this is going to be the #1 short sale event. However, due to logistics and some other things, we chose to do our announcement on Short Sale Expo, and that is a great event as well. I recommend to attend, but I'm really torn here because we have 2 wonderful short sale themed events in 1 month, and so I wish everybody could attend both of them. Does RealtyProx use agent login for Equator so agent gets credit for the transaction? Yes, definitely. As long as you're fine with that, we will love to use your logins, and with your permission, that's a preferred way. But if you don't want us to use your logins for some reason, we'll use one of our attorney logins, because attorneys can have the accounts too. How long does it take the document processor to collect documents and let agent know all the docs have been received? Preferably, we would like to collect all the docs in 5 days. That's ideally. Now, the reason actually, even though real estate agents asked us to collect documents, but another reason why we decided to offer this service as part of our service is that our processor is like a manager in this situation. So if they fail to collect all the documents, and the only way they could fail is that, let's say, the homeowner stops responding to the emails or phone calls. They just disappear. So then we're going to call the agent up and ask them, can you please, since you're in the same geographical location, drive by and see what's going on. So this is a teamwork, and that's what I want to stress. The necessity of RealtyProx and National Closing Center and everything is, it brings everybody together, and it's still a teamwork. So we're not claiming we're going to solve all your problems for you. We're going to help you be more efficient, bring everybody together, work as your assistant, as a person who reminds you and does a lot of dirty work, data entry work and stuff like that. So you will get through your internal messages, emails, and weekly updates and status changes. This is how you're going to get a full picture of what's going on with your file, whether all documents have been collected. And believe me, if they are not able to collect all the documents, they will call you. Our processors will call you. They will let everybody know they need help and they need more docs. So the least thing that's going to happen is you're going to be kept in the dark. You will know what's going on, as I said, mainly through the RealtyProx system and through the emails that come from the system to your email address. So again, make sure you keep your information current in RealtyProx. In your account, your fax number has to be current at all times. Your email address has to be current at all times, because again, if you forget to log on, you don't have time to log on into RealtyProx, you will miss out on what's going on. So it's important to have your correct email address at all times. All right, more questions. Whoa, I did not expect that many questions. I'm really glad you guys are so involved. Can you repost your first page with company links? It is, here you go, onegroup1solution.com. onegroup1solution.com. So these are all companies here. You can learn about all the companies that are either part of RealtyProx group or affiliated with, and we might have to update it a little bit, but what it does is you can click and it brings to each company's page after you click on their symbol, their logo. All right, a few more questions. I'm really impressed that you guys are staying on for so long. Short sales in California have almost disappeared. At least they have in Bay Area. What is your opinion on future assignments for those areas? That is a good question. I probably have to agree with you on Bay Area. In Southern California, I would have to disagree with you. There's plenty of short sales there, and there's going to be short sales for at least 3 to 4 years. And you know, come back in 4 years and laugh at me if I'm wrong. Bay Area, you're right. I'm not a real estate expert. I'm more a technology/marketing guy who is involved in real estate. But yeah, from what I see in our platform, Bay Area is different from Southern California. Orange County, Los Angeles County, different story. There's going to be plenty of short sales. So future assignments for these areas, who knows? If our marketing team and other people we're partnering up, if they will be able to generate something, obviously you'll be first to know. Who is the investor broker pre-listings? They're different in every state. Some of them are local. They're only investing in, let's say, Illinois, Florida. Some of them are national. There's no official list so far. They just have, they've been vetted by us. They got the accounts to RealtyProx, and they can see your stuff, so to speak, if you enable it. So if you click yes, market my property, they will see it. If you click no, they're not going to see it. But there's no official list. I don't really see a reason for that. Honestly, If we vetted them, they have accounts, you will see them when they submit an offer. If they don't submit an offer on your property, why would you care? They're just still there somewhere reading the digest. Can the system be used for regular sales? Not today, very soon. And the reason why we haven't done it yet, and that's to Mabel's, and I'm sorry if mispronouncing your name, point, who was from Bay Area, that's to her point, is because short sales are so hot, and we've been so busy, and we've been so successful, I would say, in short sale processing and short sale technology. From the technological point of view, it's about 3 weeks worth of work for us to add regular listings. We have bare bones template in our development area, our web development area, and we will release it. So again, I'm the worst guy when it comes to answering questions briefly. So to make it as concise as possible, yes, we will have it hopefully in a month or two, and that is our future because, again, to Mabel's point, short sales are not going to be here forever, and our wish is to stay in the market and help you manage your short sales as a broker. I'm sorry, regular listings as a broker. So, you know, it would have electronic signatures, broker management, stuff like that, and it's most likely going to be free. We're big fans of free. So if you're going to try to manage your regular listings today, not yet. Is it coming soon? You bet. All right, more questions. Is there extra fee if there's a second and third? Not at all. Never, ever. There's always same fee, $149. And in fact, most of our deals have 2 mortgages on, you know, the property. So that's something we deal with every day. No extra fees. I don't know who would think about charging an extra fee. It's not fair. Aren't you asking a 1% processing fee from the short sale lender? No, this is not how it works. We wouldn't be very successful asking for 1%. At the very end of transaction, we are charging either escrow company in the escrow state or attorney our flat fee. It's not 1%. What the fee is, again, there's nothing to hide. The fee ranges from $900 to $1,500. And that depends on a lot of factors that we have with particular attorneys, particular escrow companies. This is how much we get from the lender. How do I become the investor's broker? You will, I'm sure, at some point. Right now, most of the investors that are involved with us, they have their own brokers and agents. They bring them with them. So, you know, once we have more of those investors and more, so to speak, power to wield, and especially with, and I'm being very, very honest with you guys, with 24 Asset and with other programs, we've been working really hard for the past 4 or 5 years on some big things. So I'm sure most of you never heard of RealtyProx, even though we've been doing pretty well. But we were sort of a boutique thing, a niche thing. You know, so yeah, at some point when we have more investors and we have more parties and some of our big projects finally are up and running, I'm sure there will be opportunities to be investors broker. That's my answer. All right, NCC side is asking for a promotional code. Is that something that is for Expo attendees only? No, that is in general. If you had some sort of a promotional code, it would associate you with certain event. It's more for tracking purposes than for you actually getting something. So since we're a technology company, we like to track people where they came from. So occasionally we would give a promo code. So we know that, let's say you heard about NCC or RealtyProx from that particular event. So that's for tracking. If you don't have any kind of promo code, you don't have to enter one. This is not a mandatory field. Just ignore it. In other words, if you don't have promo code, you don't need one. If you have any other questions that I have not answered or mistakenly omitted or didn't see them, or you didn't think of something to ask, and then the event is over and you want to ask, obviously you can reach out to me directly. And let me just show this to you. This is all the information you need to know in order to connect with us. Visit onegroup1solution.com. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. On the left bottom of your screen, there's my name. That is completely impossible to pronounce, so it's good that you can actually see it. And there's my direct email. It's vladsk@realtyprox.com. I'm marketing director, and please shoot me an email if you have any kind of questions, suggestions, feedback. I hope I'm going to see at least a handful of you in either Short Sale Expo or Short Sale Con or both. Thanks again. Have a great the rest of your day, and I will see you in one of those upcoming conferences. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye-bye.